We are live. We are live. We are live.
Woo! Woo!
Woo! Hey,
Exactly.
Danielle, girl.
Hey.
Yeah, we are back. It is me, Reiki Master Allison, here with the lovely and talented Danielle Desiree. And we are here to just chit and chat and do what we do. Um, so, yeah,
Exactly.
we're going to chit and chat.
We're gonna chit and chat
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So tonight we actually want to chit and chat about new moon in Scorpio, which is tomorrow. So it's a new
Yeah.
month and a new moon.
Yes. And as you know, it is Samhain. For those of you who celebrate Samhain, happy Samhain. For those of you who are lovingly remembering their ancestors and those that they have lost, we also are honoring Dias de los Muertos. Happy Halloween for those of us in the States who participate in that. But most of all, we are kicking off official moon in Scorpio. It's hot,
Peace to all the Scorpios, all the Scorpios. How y'all
right?
doing?
I was like, I know, because I got a baby Scorpio.
Oh yeah.
It's her season.
Yeah.
And yeah. She fulfills that Scorpio energy to a T.
Mm, I bet she
Yeah.
does.
She does. She really does. And every time I'm like, oh yeah, no, yep, take a beat, take a beat. So
Oh,
let's
that is
talk
so
about
good.
it. What are we trying to bring in as we are closing out a lunar cycle, right? It is the darkest time of the month, right? We're going into
Right.
new moon. The
Mm-hmm.
veil is thin as we get to talk to our ancestors and those who are guiding us on our journey. Lord knows I have been all in my feels with all for October 27th, when it's the day that people celebrate their pets who have passed and they make their altar for them. Let me tell you, I do not know. I mean, I know how I got on Pet Ofrenda TikTok, but man, in my feels, watching all these the living pets when you know that they're seeing their
Mm.
their sibling, and it's beautiful, and it's just ooh, it's an emotional time.
I didn't know that was a thing that they you said that on October 27th, you said?
Yep. So when you're doing Dias de los Muertos, if we're doing it, it's not just November 1st, that like it's All Souls Day on November 1st. If we're talking about like the more Christian religion that is not got bits of indigenous, right? Or Day of the Dead, etc. as it translates to, that would be November 1st. All Hallows Eve tonight, awesome. But when you actually do Dias de los Muertos, which is celebrated by quite a few countries. Each day is for something different. And October 27th is the day that you set up your ofrenda for your pet. So you're going to get out their favorite treats. Those who have crossed the rainbow bridge, you get them their favorite treats. You put out a dish of water, for their journey, and you put up their pictures or their drawings that you've got of them. You light a candle and put out, if you've got their collars or anything like that, those items that are specific to them, and you light that candle, and they visit. It's one of the most beautiful, like, but once you get on there, man, because it was just like on TikTok, one after the next after the next, and I was just like, okay. Whoo, all of these emotional things, and you really do see when the living sibling of this pet that has passed, where they go, they are at that altar and they are whining, that they're talking, they are with their best friend, and or their pain in the ass sibling that they love to argue with, but they get to do it for one day out of the year. So,
Oh,
but Dios, Dias de los Muertos goes over almost a week. Is it a week? But each day it celebrates something different. There's days for your ancestors. There's those who've died in accidents. There's those that, um, you've got your pets. You've got ones for your children. You've got, so there's days to do different things and how you light your candles each day. It's something that, and there's some real beautiful ones. You put out marigolds. You make a beautiful space, right? It's so beautiful. I mean, I know even today, I know that tonight I'm spending time at my ancestor altar because I know the veil is so thin.
yeah,
And this is my chance. Well, I always have a chance because I talk to them every day. I shouldn't say that. I need to change those
yeah,
words. Words are spells. And I talk to them every day. But the veil is thinner right now. So here's my chance. Here's um one step closer, hear them a
yeah.
little clearer because I'm still working and I'm finding the right channel that they're on. Days
Right.
I tune in, and some days it's staticky. Uh, Maybe tonight it'll be a little bit clearer. Maybe tomorrow it'll be a little bit clearer. But here's our chance to get in there. So for anybody
Yeah,
who isn't sure what to do, and you're just trying to connect, like this is the time to do it. It doesn't have to be fancy.
it doesn't.
Go
It
get a glass
doesn't.
of water. If you got a picture, put up a picture and light a candle. Just make sure you clean your candle before you light it.
Yeah,
And if
that
you're not
part.
sure how to clean it, Florida water, holy water. You can even clean it with tobacco smoke. Just clean it energetically so that it's meant for that space. But you really don't need much. Just a spot that you want to say, hey, this is where I want to sit and communicate. So I hope you all gonna go do that tonight.
Absolutely. And you can also use salt water to
Salt
cleanse it.
water is another one.
You
Yep.
know, we have to remember, and I'm glad you brought that up, of, you don't have to use a whole bunch of fancy schmancy stuff.
Right.
You know, we have things in our household that we can
Yeah.
use just at any moment for
Yeah.
these things. I remember, excuse me, I think it was, I don't remember what it was for, but I remember Damali, Goddess Damali. She was talking about the different herbs and things that she burns for different purposes. And she was talking about how sometimes she'll burn a cinnamon stick, you
Yep.
know, and I was like, and this was like a couple of years ago, and I was like, wow, I never even thought about doing that. And I've done it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is hella effective doing
It
this,
is.
yeah.
That I mean, like kitchen. Like I wish we would embrace one of the things I'm embracing right now. I guess. Well, this all goes with the new moon and what we
Hmm.
manifested. Right?
Absolutely.
Is here's our chance to just claim who you are. Right? And in the end, here I've been saying, "Oh, I'm an alchemist." Yes, I am. I truly am. We're all a level of alchemists, but it's embracing those pieces that we're like, do I really want to talk about that? Do I really want to show myself? And the answer is absolutely yes. So, yes, we know all our remedies. They're in the kitchen. Doesn't matter if you are practicing hoodoo, if you are a Celtic witch, if you are a practicing any type of ATR, whatever it is, we learn everything is in the herbs, everything is in the kitchen. You don't have to get all fancy and go buy. Yes, I know I mentioned Florida water because I always got some on hand. You never know when you need some. Um, but also, I keep on hand holy water because you never know when you need some. Like,
Same
you know,
thing. Same thing with like holy oil, like anointing oil. You can go to
anointing oil.
anybody's church
Exactly.
and get you a bottle of anointed oil. Get it, bring it home, pray over it. And I that is the one thing about church that I do miss is every year the church that I went to, we would always get uh for the new year, we would get a bottle of oil. And
Yeah.
I would go through and I would anoint my home. I'd anoint, my doorway, blessings going coming in, blessings going out. I would, go through and anoint my home with that oil. I mean, now if I want to anoint my home, I use Reiki, or I'll grab my sound bowl, or I will burn something like Palo Santo or some high vibrational herb to just feel the atmosphere, right? And and so that really speaks to how easy it is for us to be able to connect just by using simple things. And stop letting the internet make you think you gotta go out and spend all this money on stuff and do all these like
Right.
things, like do this while you pat your head and rub your stomach. You don't have to do all that. Just
No. If you
you
guys
know
thought, I mean, like salt is a big thing. Like you said it earlier, but salt is so basic. You can use it as a protection barrier. You can use it to clean something. You can use it like salt will take away what it needs to take away and it will not let in things. It's
yes,
that simple,
yes,
especially if you take a second to say a prayer with it.
yes,
With that
that
intention, I
part.
mean, and let's talk about prayer just for a second because I was thinking about this. My mom and I
Mhm.
were talking about it. Prayer does not need to be, if it is for you, that's great. But the Our Father, Hail Mary, no, prayer is setting intention, speaking on what we're grateful for. Because I feel like, especially being Gen Xers, right? Sorry, now I'm gonna go off on a tangent because
That's
this
all
is what
right.
we
Let's
do.
go.
This is what we do. But like when you grow up, I grew up in a white Catholic church. And so a lot of it is reciting the same prayers day in, day out. And we all know it. I can work a rosary in a second, right? Like when I'm flying and there's turbulence, you want to see how fast I can knock out 10 Hail Marys where I'm just like, oh, next. And even pretend, even if I don't have one in my hand, it's like I do the moving the bead. Let's next.
Right.
But I've taken on this new understanding, right, of prayer that it is also listing gratitudes. I pray every day. And I never, if you would have said to me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, Danielle, you're going to be praying every day. You're going to be doing this, going to be doing that. And it's like, yeah, you know what? Because prayer is also counting your blessings. I sit there and say, you know what, family, ancestors, Egun, all the different things you want to call them. Thank you for, and I recount my day, what I did yesterday, and say thank you. And what gifts can you show me today? And that is a form of prayer. I am asking for the blessings. I am asking, but I'm also acknowledging that they're doing these things. I think this is the biggest day to, I mean, we should be acknowledging them every day. They came before us. I mean, I even thank them for their pain and suffering because I would not be here if they hadn't.
Ashe.
They've chosen those life paths. They did the work. So now I am here and I had one of the Babalaos in my religious house say something. He's like, live a life that would make your ancestors proud. And I sat with the area like, or make decisions, something like that. And it was like, ooh, you're right. I like, don't get me wrong. We need to choose actions, but like, is it worthy of what they did? Is it worthy of what they did? If they built their lives, right? How many of us, which the bulk of us, have been in some form, we know our ancestors were slaves at one point. They suffered. We owe them our gratitude and that we can do better. I mean, we were brought into this, but we can do better. We can do better than what we're currently doing because we live in first world problems all the time and we don't acknowledge that we got it so much better. Thoughts on that? So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Just one of those things. Understanding prayer, I have a different relationship than I used to have with it. Give us 2 seconds. All right, I'm just hanging here. Allison, you back?
With my wife. Okay. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Okay, you're back.
I'm we'll see how long.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I hate that because I loved everything that you were saying, and I was like, no, 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 no. But yes, everything that you were saying about our ancestors, making them proud, doing, because it's like this with every generation, we're
Yeah.
supposed to improve something. And uh, to quote a slogan that's pretty popular right now is we're not going back, right? We're going to be doing the work and taking on where they left off. I feel like we have that divine assignment for us to make those connections, to be able to not only connect with them, but so that they can tell us where we're supposed to go next, give us the instructions, give us the guidance. They're like, okay, we started this, so now it's up to you to carry this on, and then for the generations coming after you. So I love
Right.
that you had that conversation, even though I went out for a minute.
It's all good.
Oh gosh.
It's all good. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep rolling. I'm just gonna keep talking.
Mhm.
So anyways, yeah. So please, please, please don't get me wrong. I have bought many fancy, beautiful things that I'm like, yes, I need this type of oil or spray or water and all that. But that should not stop you for being whoever you need to be and making those rituals happen. Oh, I think we are back at it again. So, all right, it is new moon in Scorpio. We all know Scorpios are tell it like it is, right? They tend to be a little hot. I know that firsthand, like I said at the beginning. Uh, but let's talk about what this means for us. It is a new moon, which means it's the darkest point. We're closing out this lunar cycle, and we are stepping into the month of with Scorpio being our sign. And that means being unapologetically you. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. Like I had somebody say that to me. That has been the message. It's like, oh, you want this stuff to happen? We are at a point where we one, it's just time. The shift is in the air. I feel it, right? I know I'm feeling it. That we have to just say, F it.
Right.
F it. This is at least we're at our point in our lives, right? Like, and we still have our things. We still have our things that we freak out about. Like I know I do. But yes, just F that. Be you. Be you. This moon is calling us to do this. So set your attention. Like, what is your intention then? What you gonna do this month? What's gonna make you feel big and beautiful and bold? And what have you been hiding from? I know what I've been hiding from because that's the thing. Like, is it even like I don't even know because I got called out in a reading where somebody was, and it was just like, oh, you're anxious because the universe is trying to align with you, but you're not getting off the X. You're not doing the thing. Like, so what if it's scary? And I get it. It's scary. So,
So much. So very scary. And yeah, this is definitely the time, right? This is the time to embrace that because like this last like energetic like moon and astrological cycle has just made many of us feel like we are in a chokehold. But
yep. Okay. She went out. So I'm going to continue this. That, we had our full moon in Aries. And for those of you who are astrologically looking at things, I was reading somewhere that it was in the crosshairs. So it felt big. It was crazy intense. And now we've got this new moon in Scorpio. So we had all this intention, intense energy bubbling up. And now we've got this chance to set an intention to release that into the world and create whatever we need to create. Like, if you've been feeling that, go with it, take it. Like, I'm realizing every day I argue with myself, and it's so silly over what I'm not showing up as me, where I just need to get over this. Like, I'm doing it. I'll even confess it on here, right? Like, I struggle with doing social media posts. Am I on YouTube right now? Live? Absolutely. I can keep talking, but actually writing posts about the things that matter to me as a healer, as who I am as a healer, and saying, hey, this is who I am. This is where you can find me. And this is what I offer. That is where I struggle. And I always hem and haw over this. I know I need to post because people need to know. Like right now, with stuff that is going on, I know we're all stressed out at the moment. You back? Oh, not yet. Maybe.
I'm here, but my screen is frozen. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
I'm
I
just
might have to just
rambling.
stay off camera for a while.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yes, and I have been telling you for the longest that you need to
I
stop
know.
hiding because you have so much great information to share with the world and they need to hear it, ma'am.
Right. This is called Danielle out day because I have to step into this new moon energy with stuff I gotta do. So yes.
Yeah,
Yes. So I mean, but I'm putting it out here because I know it's scary when we know there's things that we offer, right?
right.
And people have said don't be a stingy sharer. That's one way to look at it. I've led a pretty private life up until now. And it's very interesting trying to go like, oh, this is the way our world is going. Yes, I am a Gen Xer. I am fully aware of that. I am on the younger side of Gen X because I saw something where somebody put Gen X and boomers in the same category. And I'm like, absolutely the F not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I'm
Absolutely
insulted.
no. No, I was pissed. I was pissed because I was like, no. But when you live a private, like I get everybody lives their life on social. Well, a good chunk of people live their life on social media. I, on the other hand, have not, and it's just ripping off that band-aid, and I just got to do it. And I had, mm. So I'm putting it out here to hold me accountable, though, right? I'm taking advantage of this being on here with you,
Right.
putting it out there that I am going to start actually posting about myself, where I work, what I do, what I offer, because people don't just I mean, some people randomly show up, especially if you're good at manifesting them, but it doesn't get to the masses, and it takes a lot longer for the word to get out if you're not. So I used to say I wanted to be the best kept secret, that you had to know me to know, like, so you had to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody to get on my schedule. And that was the case for a while, and it was really good. But it's time to share my gifts, because I get that I need to be of service in this lifetime, not just to a few, but to many. And the only way I
Right.
can do that is by getting my info out there. So
Yes,
that's what
absolutely.
I'm gonna manifest. What are you putting out there in this new moon energy in Scorpio?
Well, as you know, and you and I have talked about this, I am working on my book and I am putting in so much time working on my book. And I am almost finished with it. So I am manifesting a finished book by,
Yes.
I'm not even going to say end of November, I'm going to say mid November.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, it
Okay.
might not get published until end of November, but it'll be
But if
finished.
it's finished,
Yeah.
if it's finished, I'm so glad you're there, because you've been needing to do this. I am excited for this book.
Girl, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are y'all trying to manifest? You can put it in the comments if you got something to say. We want to know, how can we support you? Because we'll speak it into existence. I am a firm believer. I mean, the other thing that I think we should be taking advantage of at this time, because I just feel it in the energetics of what's going on, is we need to allow ourselves, and really allow, because I think we spend a lot of our time grinding. It's like, all right, I got, even with this, like, I know as an acupuncturist, it's like, okay, I got to fill my schedule. I got to fill my schedule. I need to get this many people in, or this or that. Being self-employed, anybody who's self-employed knows that feeling. But I'm working on I'm going to allow myself to be seen. I'm going to allow the universe to give me things. I'm going to allow people to love on me and appreciate me and share my information. Not just that, but in life with my friends, my family. There's so many things. It's learning in that I'm finally starting to understand, like, leaning into the divine feminine,
Yes.
you know, and what that is about receiving, but understand that receiving is allowing. And that's a tricky one,
Very.
because being a single mom, and I know we can both speak on that, we have to sit in that masculine energy quite a bit of, hey, I got to go do this, I got to do that. And it's about that survival mode. And now I'm at this point where I'm like, I'm just going to allow the universe to listen to me, and I'm going to celebrate those wins when I get those wins. And as it goes, it'll be good. You have this beautiful glow around you right now. Like,
Because this
blink
is
your
the
back eye.
camera on my
It's like,
laptop.
it's so good, but it's like spotlight glow, where it's like,
Right.
ooh.
It's my halo, girl. It's my halo.
Hey, I can see your halo. It's all good.
Yes.
So, yeah, allow.
Allowing. That is such a, like, not easy thing to do.
It's not, but it's
It's really
allowing
not.
everything. It's allowing yourself to cry. cry if you're not a crier. It's allowing yourself to rest if you're running around. As I look away, because I tend to fill my schedule with so much. But it's allowing myself to feel the things I'm feeling,
Yes.
because sometimes we don't. It's especially right now. I know we're all walking a very fine line in this last couple weeks and over the next couple weeks without getting into all the gross details, because I we just know the air is funky. But it's okay to say, it feels like garbage. It feels bad. Or it's okay to say, you know what, right now I don't feel it and it feels really good.
Yeah.
And I feel good. I want to throw a dance party. We all know the world is burning out there, right? We know, right? We're gonna throw a little dance party. But
Yeah.
like right now, I am obsessed with Ellie the elephant. For those who know, right? Like anybody who's watched anything about New York Liberty mascot Ellie the elephant, and I understand that that is not a real person. I mean, there's a person inside,
Yeah.
but the persona of Ellie, I need to. I am like, please give me some of that energy. But I'm like, okay, but I can allow myself to have that energy if I want to. I can
Yeah.
be as feisty and fun and dance it out, like looking cute, knowing I'm looking cute, and be like, yes, I'm slaying today. Yes. And people eat it up.
Yeah.
So allow yourself to be feisty. Now, don't be mean. There's a difference between being feisty and being mean, but like be
Yeah.
sassy, be feisty. I'm recognizing how sassy I am as a person, and I've not allowed myself to be sassy. And it comes out when it needs to, but then it comes out like mama bear, and then it's just like people are like, "Oh, you're scary." And it's part of it is because
Yeah.
when you keep that pressure, the lid on a pressure cooker, eventually it's going to explode,
Yes,
and then it
ma'am.
comes out all crazy. So allow yourself to feel all the feels, love love everything that you're doing, and if you're not feeling it, allow yourself to rest.
Hmm.
Allow you to be magical as you want to be,
Yes.
as you're meant to be. Some of us are going to be magical in one way, some of us are going to be magical in another, and neither is better.
Hmm.
Whatever your road of magic is, but allow
Don't
yourself
judge
to
your
be
magic.
right. Like, don't hide your magic. We hide our magic in order to assimilate and fit in. And I
Hmm.
feel that with this new moon and where we are at right now, this is where you need to just allow yourself to be magical. We shut that down
Yeah.
to be good daughters. We do that to fit into classrooms, etc.
Hmm.
And it's funny, when we're little, we want to be like everybody else. And now as adults, we're like, hell no, I do not want to be like anybody else.
Right. Fighting for your
Be
life
like
to be you.
exactly, but embrace it. Don't hide it. Get your
Exactly.
magic. What if your magic is numbers? Get all numbery on me. Nerd out. Nerd out. I
Absolutely.
get so geeked out on the body. I really do. I geek out on how the body works and all the different things. And anyways, I'm just talking. I'm just talking. You can talk. I'm nerding out right now. I'm like, oh.
It's all good, girl. It's all good. But yeah, don't hide your magic. Don't. And here's the other thing, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace for your fuck ups. Give yourself grace if you don't get it exactly right the first time around, or the second, or even the third. Give yourself grace. Understand that quote unquote failure is part of the process. Because how in the world do we obtain wisdom? You get wisdom through your lived experiences. And if you're denying yourself the ability to have an experience or experience that experience, how will you gain the wisdom? How will you be able to
Ooh,
grow into the person that you are being molded into at this very moment? So
absolutely.
it goes into the allowing, it goes into the grace, it goes into the, you know, just stepping into that and saying, you know what, with this, the way the veil is thinning, show me what I need to know about myself. Show me more of what I need to know about myself. Show me more of where, I need more work. Or maybe I'm doing too much work and maybe I just need to go play. Maybe I just need to go have some fun. Maybe I need to um, take a step back and go do something spontaneous because I never do anything spontaneous and fun. You know, take these opportunities with this new moon. New moon, new month. We're heading at the end of a calendar year, right? Not the zodiac year, but the calendar year. Um, and say, okay, so what this year did I say at the beginning of the year that I was going to do and I still ain't done it? Still got time to do it. You still have time to do
You
it.
do.
Ask for the guidance. It's there. But don't fight the process because, again, our lived experiences is how we gain wisdom. And the wisdom is what we need to be able to pass that along to the generations coming after us.
Yes.
So it's
Ashe.
our responsibility to own our shit, the good, the bad, and the not so great, the downright ugly sometimes. But just know
Yep.
that none of these are in vain. None of this is in vain. That was something that was such a huge thing for me to understand, especially this year, with some of the stuff that I've had to deal with,
Word.
that
Oh,
none of what I'm going through is in vain. It all has a purpose. And eventually I will see that it is true that all of these things are working for my good. It don't feel good. It don't always look good. Sometimes it scares the bejesus out of me. But it's working for my good. And
right.
I gotta understand that.
And when we look back, I mean, like I had the realization like 3, 4 days ago that I am living the life I was dreaming of a year ago.
Yes, you
I
are.
was. And we were talking about that, right? It is I am living the life that I was living a very different life. Now, has it been bumpy? Absolutely. Do we need to readjust some things and fine tune it? Sure. But where we are right now is a culmination of an end. We are the end product of what we wanted before.
Yes.
And if it's not what you wanted, think about it. Because sometimes we end up in places going like, but I didn't want this. But what did you put out there? And because we have
Yes.
to own our shit. That's the thing.
Yes.
We have to own our shit. What did I put out there? Why are we, like things leave because it's not a vibrational match, because in the end, doesn't matter what you believe in, the universe is going to match. So either, like when we keep, for example, with finances, if we keep going and saying, God, fill in the blank, whoever, universe, I'm praying for money, I need money, I'm needing money, I need, and then you're trying to find ways to hustle, right? Because that's where we know what our society looks like right now. But the thing is okay, you prayed for it, you asked for it. You got to let it go in order for it to show up, because then the universe has to match it and say, hey, but if you keep going for that gimme in that needy way, because that's what I mean, it's that panic, it's
Yeah.
that
Scarcity.
scarcity mindset, then the universe is like, okay, this is all I can match. This is because you're not trusting that I'm going to bring you what you want. Like I am bringing you what you want. You are sitting still in that scarcity that like I constantly have to revisit. If I'm not manifesting the flow, and I know when I'm not in the flow, and I catch myself, and I'm like, "Ooh, okay, we got to go. What's the belief right now?" Because you either believe you're a trust fund baby of the universe or you don't.
That.
And it can go in and out. I'm not saying that it's an all or nothing all the time, but either you're in that or you're not. There
Right.
isn't well today, and yes, today you can, but when you switch minute to minute, the universe cannot provide anything because in the end the stronger vibration wins, not the higher, not the lower vibration, because it's not about higher or lower. We know that we all vibrate at different places. It's about which one's stronger, which one has more force. And when you are in that element of flight or fight or freeze, that is our lizard brain. That is our primordial save yourself, which is a very strong vibration. And we can't, as much as you're trying to say, but I don't want that. That's all the universe can pick up on because it's such a strong vibration. And you have to just sit there and
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, all right. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust that I'm a trust fund baby. I got this. It's going to pop up. It's going to pop up. Now
So
you
what
have
can
to,
we,
yeah,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So what can we do when we're on this new moon and we're thinking of the things that we want to manifest? If we want to vibrate stronger, what do we need to do to raise that vibration, not to a higher frequency, but a stronger frequency?
Oh, get in your body. Like in the end, get in your body. Like when think about those dance party, I can tell you on days when I am not disassociating with TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or games, whatever, or reading, because we all do it, right?
Yeah.
It's just association. And we do it for pleasure, but when I start my day with pleasure of like we were talking about this a couple weeks ago, turning on music and like putting on it for me. Ooh, get me some Shaka, some Stevie. Like, let me start building it up, and I am dancing. That is a really strong vibration because you're feeling it through your body. Your brain turns off. That mentality of it's you're feeling it and you're just letting it move through you,
Yes.
and that will strengthen that vibration. That will change how it really does. We know when we're in a crap mood and when we're in a great mood, and all it can be is something like that, as simple as listen to some music
Hmm.
or get out and whatever makes you anchor. Like, because all of us are different. Some people are like, yo, I gotta go literally stick my feet in the grass. Okay, go outside, go stick your feet in grass,
Yeah.
reconnect, play with dirt, make a mud pie,
Yes. Absolutely.
whatever
Tap
it
into
is.
your inner
Color.
child. Yeah.
Exactly. I'll put out music and I'll color. And that, I mean, because then that is a physical thing I'm doing if I can't dance. Like, I know next weekend I'll be on a plane and I'm not moving for chunks at a time. Right. So I can't be dancing because we all know the crazy people that we see on the plane or
Yes.
those people who, where we're like, oh, we got to stay away from that one. I don't want to be that one. So
Right.
I'm with my coloring book and my coloring pencils, right? Because I'll be having music on. I may be
Hmm.
listening to a book because I'll alternate between things. But
Right.
like the excitement that you can build, it is stoking that fire in your belly, aka your kundalini, aka like in Chinese medicine, we talk about the Ming Men fire, and it comes up and fills you, and it will be a higher vibration and a stronger vibration.
Yes.
So I say do that. Go dance it out. Put on some whatever you need to do. For me, it's dancing. For me, it is straight up just dancing, and anywhere from Motown to funk to I can put on Kendrick and be rocking out. We know we all do, right?
Yeah.
Like it can go everywhere.
Sometimes.
It can go everywhere. So make
Absolutely.
that right. Make that playlist. Cultivate your personal joy playlist, and then go put it on. Especially for this manifesting, right? Like sit in it. Play that music tonight. Play it tomorrow. Dance it out before you set that intention. Dance it
Yeah.
out and then sit down. Should you write it?
Absolutely.
Should like if you're gonna make moon water, dance it out, and then when you're feeling all that love and happiness and love and happiness, I don't mind me. But then hold that and put that in energy in to that water and set it out to do new moon water. That put a little salt in there too, so it takes the extra vibration, because I will tell you, salt water will take and hold a frequency better than plain water. You don't have to
Mhm.
salt it and dump your entire container of salt in there, but
Right.
add it
Don't do that.
right, right. Don't do that. Don't do
Don't
that.
do that.
But adding those minerals like real salt, not
Hmm.
iodine. So I mean, if all you got is iodine salt or iodine salt, whatever it is,
Table salt,
I
basically.
will say table salt.
Yeah.
Okay, put it in. But if you got any kind of sea salt, red men salt, pink Himalayan salt, that's real pink Himalayan salt, not just pink salt.
Yeah.
Just a pinch even. It will take the vibration of whatever you set then. So set it for joy. Then you can sip
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
Sip on it. Enjoy it. Get that energy in there. Cause
And get
y'all,
you some citrus.
right? A
Get you
little
some
citrus
citrus.
too.
Citrus is very, very like good for manifesting.
It is.
If you are a person, if you have essential oils, that's perfect. Get you some grapefruit oil if you have that. If you don't have grapefruit oil, baby, get you a grapefruit. Slice that baby up. Get the rinds of it. Get your water and put on your stove and boil it. Put you some cinnamon sticks
I
in
was
there.
about to say, add some cinnamon, add
Yeah,
some
go ahead
baby.
and get that. If you want, add a little rosemary. A little rosemary ain't hurt nobody. You know, rosemary, she's a really good herb. I'm just
She
saying.
is.
If you know, you know. She's
I
a really
mean,
good herb.
she did choke me once, so she can hurt
You
somebody.
gotta be careful.
You
She's
gotta be
not to be
careful.
played with. You gotta be gentle with her.
But she does a lot. But yeah,
Yeah,
make yourself a simmer pot.
yeah. And go to work with that. And let that permeate your home.
My favorite is to do orange and mint.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That brings out so much joy.
Mm-hmm.
I actually make a
Real
lip
good.
balm of orange mint, and everybody is like, "Ooh, that's just it's so lovely. It's so lovely.
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
Mhm.
It's
Yes,
so
ma'am.
good." So yeah, raise those vibrations. Here's our chance. Let's finish out this year. We got a lot going on, and it goes. It always comes back to. I know we talk about it every time. Protecting your peace, but how to
Yeah.
protect your peace is by finding ways to tap into the joy, and then let it fill your body, not just for a second. I mean, I went on a 3-day high because I just kept playing my music over and over and just playing music from grade school, playing music from high school, just all the songs that made me that I was like, oh, that's a good memory. And it unlocked something. But I 3 day high, that's a long time to run.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
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 So yeah, that sounds like a good place for us to stop it. Just
Yes,
we
it
just
does.
want you to get your vibration right. We want you to get yourself ready and get to let use this energy of the new moon. Don't let it slip away. Don't let
No.
it slip away. And remember, it lasts like 3.5 days. So, if by chance you don't do it tonight or tomorrow, do it the next day. Quickly. Get it
Yeah.
done.
Open those
And
roads.
yes, yes. Open those roads. Do some road opening prayers. Find some road opening Bible verses that you can use.
Word.
For those of us that are tapping into hoodoo, get them road opening psalms and such that we can
Right.
use. Um, so yeah, that's it. That's what we got. What we got. That's what we got. That's what we got.
See, we're hyping each other up.
Yes. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. I apologize for all the technical difficulties. We're going to have it fixed next time. It's not going to do all this. But till next time, Danielle, any final words?
Go be beasts in the best way possible. Step into
Bam.
it. Yeah. Go be a beast.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We will see y'all next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.